Very good afternoon. See here, I'm starting the session. Listen. So in the previous session, we discussed about exception handling. In the exception handling, we discussed about user-defined exceptions. How to define our own exceptions we have seen. We defined one exception, that is Sunday not allow exception we have seen. So we have to follow two steps here. One is declare the exception, another one is raise the exception. For declaring the exception, we use exception data type. For raising the exception, we use raise keyword. Two steps are important. If we know those two steps, we know user-defined exceptions. So to get grip on this topic, I'm explaining some more examples. Okay, for example, we want to increase salary of given employee number. We want to increase salary of given employee number. If commission is null, I want to raise the exception. If commission is not null, I want to increase the salary. If commission is not null, we want to increase the salary. If commission is null, we want to raise the exception. So this is a program to update salary of given employee number. So program to update salary of given employee number. Okay, so if commission is null, then raise the exception. If commission is null, raise the exception. Otherwise, don't raise the exception, update the salary. Update the salary of given employee number with given amount. If commission is null, raise the exception. Opening SQL plus our batch schema, C ## batch 2 PM. Naresh 80. I'm setting server output as on. And set verify off, set page size 200, line size 200 and clear the screen. Observe here. Now, this is the employee table data. Select employee number, e-name, salary, commission from EMP table. Observe here, some employees are getting commission, some employees are not getting commission. 1001 employee, commission is null. So if we give employee number as 1001, we want to raise the exception. Commission is null, exception we want to raise. We don't want to increase him. If employee is getting the commission, then only we want to increase. Just to get grip on user-defined exception, we are writing this program. So right here, declare, begin, end. Okay, so we need to read employee number and amount because we want to update the salary. To which employee you want to update? Employee number we have to read. How much amount you want to increase? That amount we have to read. So P underscore employee number, ampersand employee number, P underscore amount, sorry, V, sorry. Just a minute. So V underscore employee number, V underscore amount, V underscore amount. Okay, so these two variables I want to declare. So V underscore employee number and V underscore amount, two variables we want to declare. So V underscore employee number is EMP dot employee number percentage type. V underscore amount float type we are declaring. So now we have two values. So now if commission is null, we want to raise the exception. That is our requirement. So commission is null or not, we have to check. Commission values are there in the EMP table. Retrieve the data and capture the commission of given employee number. So we have to capture the commission value of given employee number. So what we have to write? Select what we want to capture, commission value, into, take one variable, v underscore commission. So this v underscore commission variable I'm declaring emp dot commission percentage type. Okay, so we are retrieving commission. That commission we are holding in the variable. From which table we are retrieving? EMP table. Which employee's commission we are retrieving? Given employee number. Given employee number is v underscore employee number. So this given employee number's commission will be stored in the v underscore commission. If this commission value is null, raise the exception, don't increase. Okay, so check the condition. Commission is null or not. So if commission, can we write like this? Can we write like this? No. Null comparison. For null comparison, we cannot use equals to. We have to write is. Commission is null. So if commission is null, then raise the exception. So to raise the exception, right? We want to raise the exception here. So raise keyword we have to use. Before going to raise, first we have to declare the exception. So I am declaring one exception here. Commission is null exception. So this is the exception name we are declaring. So this is the exception name we are declaring by using exception data type. Commission is null is the exception name we are declaring by using exception data type. So if commission is null, we want to raise the exception. So which exception we want to raise? Commission is null exception we want to raise. So raise commission is null. To close this if, what we are writing? End if. So if commission is not null, this condition will become false. Okay, we have to update. Okay, so right here, update EMP set salary equals to salary plus v underscore amount, where employee number equals to v underscore employee number. That's it. So we are updating the salary here. So if commission is not null, this condition will become false. So execution comes to here, updates. If commission is null, it raises the commission is null exception. So it should jump the execution to the exception block. There we have to handle. So as of now, I'm not handling. If we are not handling, what it is giving, just observe here. For our understanding purpose, we are displaying one message here, dbms underscore output dot put underscore line, salary increased or updated. Any user understandable message type here. Okay, so this is the code. Observe. I'm copying this. See, 1001 employee commission is null. 1002 alien employee getting commission. So this is a program. See here. It is asking employee number. So 1002 employee getting commission. So it will ask the amount now. Amount I am giving as 1000. Okay, now 1000 rupees salary will be increased. Okay, sorry. V underscore commission we have to check, right? Not commission. Commission is the column name. V underscore commission is the variable name. V underscore commission, not commission, V underscore commission. I'm copying this. Okay, see here. Here commission value we are retrieving and we are holding in the V underscore commission. So V underscore commission value null or not we have to check. We cannot use this column name directly. That's why we are taking variable. Variable name we have to use. Okay, it is asking employee number. So 1002 employee to the 1002 employee, we are increasing 2000 rupees salary. What it is telling? Salary increased. Okay. Now, one more time I am running. 1001 employee. 1001 employee, his commission is null. So it raises the exception. It raises commission is null exception. Okay, observe here. So it is raising the exception. And it is giving error as unhandled user-defined exception. Unhandled user-defined exception. So commission is null is our user-defined exception. It is raised, but it is not handled. Okay. So we have to handle that one. To handle that, which block we have to add here? Exception block we have to add. When? Write the exception name. What is the exception name? Commission is null. Then dbms underscore output dot put underscore line. Okay. Salary not increased because of commission is null. Salary not increased because commission is null. Okay. So to handle any other exceptions, we can write others here. So when others, then dbms underscore output dot put underscore line. Okay. Some runtime error occurred. Runtime error occurred. So this is the program. So observe here, enter employee number. So 1002 employee getting commission. So salary will be updated. Salary increased. 1001 employee not getting commission. So exception will be raised. Commission value null now. So v underscore commission value null. Null is null. Condition true. Raises the exception. So execution goes to the exception block and displays the message here. Observe here. It is displaying the message. What it is telling? Salary not increased because commission is null. Okay, so like this, we can work with the user-defined exceptions. So what is happening here? See, try to understand. So this is the program. See here. Just a minute. Observe what happens. V underscore employee number. For V underscore employee number, some memory will be allocated. For V underscore amount, some memory will be allocated. For V underscore commission, some memory will be allocated. Okay, so here that identifies commission is null is one exception. Here it asks employee number. For example, I'm giving employee number 1002. Its increment amount 1002 value will be stored in the V underscore employee number. I'm giving increment amount value as 2000. This 2000 value will be stored in the V underscore amount. So this 1002 employee is getting the commission. That commission value will be stored into the V underscore commission. For example, assume that V underscore commission value is 300 now. Now here it checks the condition. Is 300 null? That checks. Is 300 equals to null? No. Condition is false. Condition false means execution goes to the update command. So employee number is 1002. For example, assume that his current salary 5,000. To the 5,000, V underscore amount salary will be increased. So salary will be updated as 7,000 in the table. It saves the transaction and displays message as salary increased. Salary increased message we will get. That's it. For example, we are giving 1001 here. For example, we are giving 1001. 1001 employee number we are giving. $1,001 employee number we are giving. 1001. Okay, increment amount 2000 I am giving. So now V underscore employee number value 1001. V underscore amount value 2000. Okay, for V underscore employee number 1001, it retrieves the commission. So 1001 employee commission is null. Null will be copied into the V underscore commission. Now V underscore commission value is null. Here V underscore commission value null. Okay, null is null or not, it is checking. Null, null, both are equal or not? Yes, condition is true. So it raises the exception. Commission is null, exception will be raised. So execution jumps to where? Exception block. In the exception block, it searches for commission is null. Commission is null is there. So it displays message as salary not updated because commission is null. This message will be displayed. So if commission is null, it is raising the exception, not updating the salary. If commission is not null, it is increasing the salary. So this is the way of working with user-defined exception. Is it clear? Next. Okay, you have to tell this one. Okay, if you tell this one, I write the code. I am explaining the program title. Listen, program purpose I am explaining. So our requirement is dividing two numbers. So if we give divisor as 0, it is raising one system defined exception. What is that one? 0 divide. 0 divide. Like 0 divide, for practice purpose, like 0 divide, I want to define my own exception 1 divide. If user is giving 1, I want to raise the exception. This is my requirement. Like if we give 0 here, that is raising system defined exception 0 divide. In the same way, if user is giving 1, I want to raise my own exception 1 divide. Like 0 divide, we want to define 1 divide exception. So write a program to divide two numbers. Okay, if divisor is 0, divisor means second number. So if second number is 0, if divisor is 0, okay, it raises the exception, handle it. It raises the exception. So Oracle raises the exception, handle it. So 0 divide exception. Also, if divisor is 1, then raise 1 divide exception. Raise 1 divide exception and handle it. Raise 1 divide exception and handle it. This is our requirement. So one is system defined exception we are using, and one is user defined exception. Both. System defined exception is 0 divide. User defined exception is 1 divide. Okay. So now declare begin end. What we have tried? We want to divide two numbers. Declare two numbers. X, Y. Okay. Z also. In the Z we want to hold X by Y value. Declare those three variables. X which data type? Number of 4. Y same. Number of 4. Then Z is also same. Number of 4. Okay, we declared three variables. X value we want to read at runtime. What we have to write? Ampersand X. Y colon equals to ampersand Y. We want to divide them. Okay, x by y. We are holding that value in the z. Okay. So if this divisor is 1, divisor means y, second number. If divisor is 1, we want to raise the exception. Okay. So declare one exception here. Exception name is 1 divide. Exception name is 1 divide. Okay. So exception I'm declaring here. Okay. So here we are reading the second number, divisor, denominator. So if divisor is 0, if divisor is 1, raise the exception. So if y equals to 1, then raise 1 divide. That's it. Raise 1 divide. Raise 1 divide to close this end if. Okay, end if. Okay, no need to write else. It is raising 1 divide means it jumps to the exception block, right? Okay, so no need to write else. Continuation you can write. So it is raising the exception means it will not divide. Execution goes to the exception block. Okay, if it is dividing, we want to print quotient value. So to print quotient value, what we are writing? dbms underscore output dot put underscore line. Quotient equals to concatenation operator z. Okay, I'm copying this. Okay, so program is not over. We need to handle the exceptions. Exceptions we are not handling, just raising here. Okay, observe here, x value I'm giving 20, y value I'm giving 5. What is the quotient value? 4. 4 it is displaying, observe. Quotient value 4. Our program is working perfectly. Okay, I am giving x value 20, y value 0. System defined exception, 0 divide exception raised. System defined exception raised here. Okay, then for example, I am giving 20. Okay, 1 I am giving. Okay, 1 divide exception raised here. So what it is telling? Unhandled user defined exception. So these two we have to handle now. For handling the exception, we need to add one block. What is that one? Exception block. So first we want to handle system defined exception 0 divide. What we have to write? When 0 divide, then display user understandable message. You cannot divide with 0. dbms underscore output dot put underscore line cannot divide with 0. You cannot divide with 0. Okay. So this is system defined exception we are handling. So are we raising the 0 divide exception? No. Implicitly when we try to divide with it, Oracle raises it. So if y value is 1, it raises the exception. Are we raising the exception? Yes, we are raising this exception. So with this example, you should get clarity on what is system defined, what is user defined. So dbms underscore output dot put underscore line. Okay, cannot divide with 1. Okay, so divisor cannot be 1. Okay, any user understandable message. So divisor cannot be 1. So like this, we are displaying the message. So now observe here. Once again, I'm running the compiling and running the program. Now what is happening? See here. So x value it is asking. X value 50 I'm giving. Y value 5 I'm giving. 50 by 5. 5 10 is 50. Quotient is 10. Okay, one more time I'm running. Okay, x value is 50. Y value is 0. Okay, so 0 divide exception will be raised by the Oracle. That is already handled. So execution jumps to the exception block. That is already handled. 0 divide already handled. So it displays you cannot divide with 0. Observe here. Cannot divide with 0. Now one more time I'm running. I'm giving x value 30, y value 1. So now y value is 1. So it raises one divide exception. Execution goes to the exception block. So one divide is there. So it displays divisor cannot be 1. See here, divisor cannot be 1. So this is about user defined exceptions. So see the execution process, what is happening here. So here for X, Y, Z, memories will be allocated. So one divide exception we declared, it identifies it. X value we are giving 50. Y value we are giving 5. So what is the Y value here? 5. Is 5 equals to 1? False. False means execution goes to here. So 50 by 5 will be calculated. Result is 10. 10 will be stored in the Z. So X value 50, Y value 5, Z value is 10 now. So on output screen it prints quotient equals to Z value 10. Quotient equals to 10 printed. That's it. This is one case. Another case. X value 20 we are giving, Y value 0 we are giving. Okay. So here this condition will be tested. What is the Y value? 0. 0 equals to 1. Is this condition true? False. False means where execution will go? Here. Out of the if. So 20 by 0. 20 by 0 means implicitly Oracle raises the exception. 0 divide exception will be raised now. So Oracle is raising the exception. So execution goes to the exception block. It searches for 0 divide there or not. Yes, 0 divide is there. So it prints cannot divide with 0. It prints cannot divide with 0. That's it. This is second case. Another case. X value we are giving as 20. Y value we are giving as 1. So X value 20, Y value 1 we are giving. Here it checks the condition. Is 1 equals to 1? Yes. Condition true. So it raises one divide exception. So it is raising exception means execution goes to the exception block. Here it searches for one divide. Okay. This is 0 divide. This is 1 divide. So 1 divide is there. So this handling code will be executed. It displays message as divisor cannot be 1. So this is about user defined exceptions. So user defined exception topic is over. Okay. So if you practice this, you will get clarity on what is system defined exception, what is user defined exception. System defined exception means who is raising? Oracle. User defined exception means who is raising? We are raising by using raise keyword. Is it clear? Next topic. This is important. So sometimes I may use this one. In other chapters also I may use this one. So listen carefully. Raise application error. Raise application error. So what is this raise application error? We can raise the error. We can raise the error in two ways. We can raise the error in two ways. Okay, what are those? First one you already know. What is that one? Using raise keyword. Raise is the keyword. So we can raise the error in two ways. We can raise the exception or error. We can raise the exception in two ways. One is using raise keyword. Okay. Another one is using raise application error procedure. Using raise application error procedure. So one is using raise keyword. Another one is using raise application procedure. So how to use raise keyword, you know. Today we have seen two examples. How to use raise keyword. Yesterday one example we have seen. Raise keyword, you know. Now we want to raise the error by using raise application error. So what is this raise application error, sir? This raise application error is a procedure. So raise application error is what? Raise application error is a procedure. Raise application error is a procedure. Why we are using it? It is used to raise the exception. It is used to raise the exception. Okay, with user defined error message and code. Error message we define, error code also we define. So it is used to raise the exception with user defined message and user defined code. User defined error code. Error code is also we are defining. Error message is also user defined. Both are user defined only. Observe here. Just now we have seen if exception block is not there, if we are giving 0 here, 0 divide exception raised. So for 0 divide exception, what is the error message? Divisor equals to 0. Divisor is equal to 0. So this is called error message. This is error message. This is predefined error message. Oracle developers already defined this message. Here -1476. -1476 is what? Error code. -1476 is what? Error code. This is predefined error code. This is predefined error message. Like this, like Oracle error, we want to display our own error with our own error message, with our own error code. At that time, we can use raise application error. Okay, maybe internally they used raise application error. So that's why it is displaying like this. Okay. So here, what is this? Divisor is equal to 0, error message. What is this? -1476, error code or error number. So with our own code, with our own message, if you want to raise the exception, we use this raise application error procedure. So raise application error is a procedure. It is used to raise the exception with our own message and with our own code. So to define our own, to define error code, to define user defined error code, Oracle is providing some ranges, some codes it is providing. Just now I told this -1476 is what? Error code. This is error code given by the Oracle developers. This is system defined error code. So for user defined error code, they are providing some numbers to us. They are providing some range. This user defined error code must be in that range only. We cannot use other numbers. Okay, you cannot use according to your wish. You cannot use 57689 like this. You cannot use. They have given some range. Those codes only we have to use. So user defined error code ranges from this user defined error code ranges from -20,000 to -20,999. So our user defined error code must be between this range only. Remember this. Our user defined error code must be between -20,000 to -20,999 only. If any other person is seeing our message, our error code like this, he can understand that this is raised by the raise application error. This is one user defined error. Like that they can understand. So user defined error code ranges from -20,000 to -20,999. Okay. So see the syntax to use this raise application error. Syntax is what is the syntax here? See. Syntax is raise application error. Procedure we have to call. Raise application error. Okay. After this procedure name, we have to pass the arguments. Arguments we have to pass. First one is user defined error code. Error code we pass. Okay. Second one is error message. Both are user defined only. Both are user defined only. To get clarity, I hope. Clearly I'm writing. user defined error code, user defined error message. First argument is user defined error code. Second argument is user defined error message. We are defining our own code. We are defining our own message, but it will be displayed as Oracle error. Okay. So when exception is raised using raise application error, when exception is raised using raise application error, okay, it displays error with user defined error code and message. It looks like Oracle error. It looks like predefined Oracle error. So just like predefined Oracle error is looking like that, with our own error code, with our own error message, we are displaying the error. So here just we raises the error. Just like divisor is equal to 0, it is rising. It is not handled here, just it is rising. Okay, so like that, just we want to raise the error. So using this, we can raise the error, but it cannot be handled. Using this, just we raises the error. Just we raises the error. Okay, it cannot be handled because it has no name. In when then name we have to say. Name is not there for it. Okay, just we are raising the error. That's it. So using this, just we raises the error. Okay, it cannot be handled. Just it raises the error. Okay, so these are the points regarding raise application error. With one example, you will get clarity on this. For example, if Sunday user is trying to update, we want to raise the exception. So we write like this. If you want to use raise keyword, you are writing raise Sunday not allow. Sunday not allow is the name there. They're using name you are raising. Here name you are not using. Using code you are raising. Using code we are raising the exception here. Okay, so raise exception error. Sorry, raise application error. Raise application error. So I am giving code as 20,050 minus 20,050 I am giving. It is in the user defined error range or not observed. What is the valid range here? Minus 20,000 to minus 20,999. So in between that range, any number you can give. Not only this number. Okay, any number you can give. So raise application error. Okay, I am giving minus 20,050. This is user defined error code. Okay, our own message is, okay, you cannot update on Sunday. You cannot update on Sunday. This is our own error message. So this is example. So the example which is I covered on user defined exception, same example I am taking, but there we raised it by using raise keyword. Now we are raising the error by using raise application error. Yesterday's example I am taking, Sunday not allow exception, yesterday we defined. Okay, that example I am taking. Write a program to increase salary of given employee number with given amount. So we want to increase salary of given employee number with given amount. So we need to read employee number, then we have to read the amount value. Okay, if Sunday raise the error, okay, otherwise update it. So this is a program to increase salary of given employee number with given amount. If Sunday, raise the error. Otherwise, update. What we have tried? Coding, you know. What we have read, declare, begin, and so we want to update the salary. So read employee number, read amount. V underscore employee number and V underscore amount. Two variables we are declaring. V underscore employee number, EMP dot employee number percentage type. V underscore amount is float type. So read employee number, what we have write? Colon equals to ampersand employee number. Next read amount value. V underscore amount, colon equals to ampersand amount. So we are reading employee number, then we are reading amount. Okay, so what is our requirement? We want to update the salary. Okay, so update EMP set salary equals to salary plus V underscore amount, where employee number equals to V underscore employee number. Okay, so to save this transaction, right, commit. Okay, next we want to display one message here, dbms underscore output dot put underscore line. Okay, we want to display message as salary increased. Salary increased message we are displaying. Okay, if Sunday we want to raise the exception, that is our requirement. Okay, if Sunday we want to raise the error, so Sunday or not we have to check. Today is Sunday or not we have to check. From today's date we want to get the day value. Which function we have to use? Okay, to get today's date, sys date. From the sys date I want to capture day value. Which function we have to use? To_char. So to_char of sys date comma dy. If this value is equals to Sunday, then okay, yesterday we raised a error like this. Raise exception name we have given. Now no name we are using. Okay, directly we are raising the application error. Raise application error. It looks like Oracle error. So raise application error. Okay, give our own error code. You can give any number between 20,000 minus 20,000 to minus 20,999. Any error code you can give. I am giving minus 20,070. Okay, you cannot update on Sunday. You cannot update on Sunday. This message we are displaying. You cannot update on Sunday. To close this if, we are writing end if. Okay, observe now. So today is not Sunday, so it allows updation. I'm copying this. So observe, it is asking employee number. Employee number 1001 I am giving. So to the 1001 employee, 2000 rupees salary we are increasing. Salary increased. Today is not Sunday. So it is not raising any error. So for our understanding purpose, okay, just I am changing this code here. So instead of Sunday, I am taking today's Saturday. So SCAT I am taking. Okay, observe here. So it is asking employee number 1001. We want to increase 2000 rupees. So Saturday, today's Saturday. So Saturday equals to Saturday condition true. It raises the error. So it is raising the error. Observe the error code and error message here. Observe the error code and error message. It is looking like Oracle error or not. Observe. Same as Oracle error it is displaying. So minus 20,070 is system defined error code or user defined error code? User defined. We defined this code in the raise application error procedure. In the raise application error procedure, we defined this error code. We defined this error message. You cannot update on Sunday. So this is the way of using raise application error. It looks like it looks same as Oracle error. So our own error code, our own error message, we are specifying. Okay. So this is about raise application error. So what is happening here? Observe. For example, today is Saturday. So employee number I am giving as 1001. We want to increase 2000 rupees amount. So V underscore employee number value is 1001. Okay, V underscore amount value is 2000. So here today is Saturday. So from today's date, it is capturing that weekday value. SCAT equals to SUN. Is this condition true? Is Saturday equals Sunday? False. So execution will go here. Okay, so it increases the salary. So it displays message as salary increased. For example, the same program if we are running on Sunday. Assume that today is Sunday. So here employee number I am giving 1001, increment amount I am giving 2000. So today is Sunday. Okay, Sunday equals to Sunday, condition true. So this raise application error will be executed. It raises the exception. So it displays error code as minus 20,070 and displays message as you cannot update on Sunday. So like this, it is displaying the error. So if you use raise keyword using the name, that raises the error. If you use raise application error using the error code, it raises the error. So sometimes interviewer may ask like this. What are the differences between this is raise application error? That's it. Raise application error means we define our own error code, our own error message. Listen. See. Sometimes interviewer may ask like this. What are the differences between raise keyword and raise application error procedure? Raise and raise application error. Okay. So using raise, you can raise the error. Using raise application error also, you can raise the error. And what is the difference here? Differences you already know. Just I'm writing all points at one place. Left side I'm writing points on raise. Right side I'm writing points on raise application error. So differences are. You tell me, is raise keyword or procedure? Raise is the keyword. Is raise application error keyword or procedure? Raise application error is a procedure. This is the first difference. So raise is the keyword. It is keyword. Raise is keyword. Okay. Whereas raise application error is the procedure. It is procedure. It is procedure. And the most important difference is raise keyword raises the exception and it can be handled. Raise application error, it is raising the exception, it cannot be handled. Okay, so it raises the exception and it can be handled. It raises the exception. It raises the exception. So it raises the exception and it can be handled. It raises the exception and it can be handled. Okay, we are handling here. But whereas here in raise application error, it raises the exception, but it cannot handle it. Just it raises the exception. Just it raises the exception. It cannot be handled. It cannot handle it. It cannot handle it. Raise keyword raises the exception and it can be handled. So raise application error, just it raises the exception. Okay, it cannot be handled. Next, in the raise keyword, it is raising by using name. So it raises error, it raises exception using name. It raises exception using name. Using name it is raising. Raise Sunday not allow. Raise commission is null. Raise one divide. Exception name we are using here. So it raises exception using the name. But whereas here it raises exception using error code. Okay, it raises exception using error code. Using error code, it is raising the exception. So these are the differences. If anyone is asking what are the differences between rise and rise application error, simply you can say rise is the keyword, rise application error is a procedure. So this procedure just raises the exception, it cannot be handled. But whereas rise, okay, it raises the exception, it can be handled. Okay, so here rise keyword raises the exception using the name, rise application error raises the exception using error code. These are the differences. And last topic here is, listen carefully. With this topic, exception handling chapter will be over. But if you don't listen, you cannot understand this one. Pay attention and listen carefully. Topic name is Pragma exception init. Pragma exception init. So here what is Pragma, sir? Pragma means command. Pragma means command. Or you can say directive. Directive means official command. Authorized command. Authorized command. Official command. If you see the meaning of directive in the dictionary, it displays authorized command. So Pragma is one command. Authorized command. So what it tells before going to compile, execute this line. Okay, it tells before going to compile, execute this line. So before going to compile, first this line will be executed. Okay, how many of you know C language? Please raise your hand. Do you know C language? Don't know. See, in the C language, you are writing hash. Okay, so you are writing like this. Hash include stdio.h. Hash include stdio.h you are writing. You are calling this as the preprocessor directive. You are calling this as the preprocessor directive you are calling. Directive means what? Command. You are calling this hash include stdio.h. You are calling as the preprocessor directive. So what it is telling here? What it is telling here, observe, before going to compile, this will run. So who is telling that one? Hash symbol is telling that one. Hash symbol is telling that before going to compile, run this. Hash symbol is telling that before going to compile, run this include program, it is telling. Here, what is this include? Include is the directive. Include is the directive command. Okay, so with hash symbol, compiler understands before going to compile that has to do something. Here include we are calling as the directive command. So what this is telling? It is telling that before going to compile that has to run this program. Okay, so include program attaches code of specified header file. So before going to compile only this command will run. In the same way, here also before going to compile the PLSQL program, this whatever the code you are writing with Pragma, that code will run first. Before going to compile, first this line will run. If Pragma is there, this line will run first. So it tells before going to compile, okay, execute this line. Or run this command. Before going to compile, run this command. Or execute this line. Like this it tells. What is this exception init, sir? Exception init is a function. What is exception init? Exception init. Exception init is a function. It is a function. It is a built-in function. Just like sqrt function is there, lawyer function is there, like that, it is a built-in function. Okay, why we use this exception init, sir? So it is used to define. It is used to define name to the unnamed exceptions. It is used to define a name. It is used to define a name to unnamed exception. So listen carefully here. What is the meaning of this one? Okay, you already know about exceptions. System defined exceptions you already know. Okay, and in the errors, not all errors are having names. Some errors are having names, some errors are not having names. Okay, some errors have names, some errors. So, see, in the system defined exceptions, two types are there. Named exceptions, unnamed exceptions. In system defined exceptions, two types are there. In system defined exceptions, two types are there. Some are named exceptions, some are unnamed exceptions. Some are named exceptions, some are unnamed exceptions. Some errors are having name, some errors are not having name. So if exception is having name, that is called named exception. So if exception has name, it is called named exception. So if exception is not having name, that is called unnamed exception. So if exception has no name, then it is called unnamed exception. So some exceptions are having names, some exceptions are not having names. Remember this. For example, listen carefully. I am creating a table. Try to understand. So named exceptions examples you already know. Okay, 0 divide. Okay, is it name or not? Yes, this is named exception. Okay, value error. These are all names only. Okay, do pal on index. These are names only. Do pal on index. Okay, too many rows, no data found. This already we discussed. So too many rows, no data found. These already we discussed. So these are the named exceptions. So there are some unnamed exceptions out there. For example, check constraint violation is there. For check constraint violation, no name is there. If user is trying to insert duplicate value in the primary key, to handle that, one name is there. Do pal on index. But for check constraint, to handle check constraint, no name is there. Name is not there for that one. That is unnamed exception. So check constraint has no name. Okay. So cannot insert null error is there. So for this no name is there. Okay. If user is giving null value in the not null or in the primary key, to handle that no name is there. For check constraint violation, no name is there. These are unnamed exceptions. Okay. Whereas if user is trying to give duplicate value in the primary key, to handle that name is there. If user is trying to divide with 0, to handle that name is there. So some exceptions are having names, some exceptions are not having names. Okay. But here name is required to handle the exception. Because in the exception block, what you are writing, when exception name, then if name is not there, how can you handle? You cannot handle. Name is required to handle the exception. So to handle the exception, to handle the runtime error, to handle the exception, name is required in exception block. So name is required in exception block. Without name, it cannot be handled. Without name, it cannot be handled. So to give name for unnamed exceptions, we use pragma exception in it. So to give name for unnamed exceptions. Okay, we use pragma exception in it. So to give name for unnamed exceptions, we use pragma exception in it. So some exceptions are having names, some exceptions are not having names. So to handle the exception, name is required. So the exceptions which are not having names, to give the name, we use this pragma exception in it. That point only I have written here. Observe. Pragma means it is a command. It tells that before going to compile, run this line. Exception in it means it is a built-in function. Exception in it means it is one built-in function. What it will do, it defines a name to the unnamed exception. Okay, so we have to follow like this. So first declare the exception. First declare the exception here as following. Okay, so for example, check violate we want to handle. For check violation, no name is there. We want to define the name check violate. So we declare like this. Check violate. To declare the exception, what we write? Exception data type. This you already know. So this is a way of declaring the exception. So we want to give name for it. We want to give name for one particular error code. Error code is there, message is there, but name is not there. We want to define this check violate name. Observe here. I'm creating one table. So this is example on pragma exception in it. Try to understand. Example on pragma exception in it. Example on pragma exception in it. I'm creating one table here. Observe. Student table I'm creating. So create table. Table name I'm giving as student. Easy example I'm taking. Student ID. Number type. Student name. Varchar 2 type. Okay. Then M1. Number type. Okay. With constraints I want to create here. So SID I'm setting as primary key. And S name I'm setting as not null. And M1 I'm setting as check constraint. So marks value, M1 value must be between 0 to 100 only. So M1 greater than or equals to 0 and M1 less than or equals to 100. So with constraints, we are creating the table. Try to understand here. Okay, so name is already exist. Let me drop the table. Existing table I'm dropping here. Okay, so again I'm creating the table. Table is created. Try to understand here. I'm explaining clearly. Please pay attention and listen carefully. This is important. For interview purpose, this is important. Listen. I'm trying to insert. Insert into table name is student values. I'm giving 1A marks value. I'm giving as 70. Does it accept this record? Record is accepted. Now, for example, one more record I'm giving 2B 60 I'm giving. Okay, 2 records are inserted in the table. Okay, so select star from student. So in the student table, 2 records are there. So here SID is the primary key. Primary key means it does not accept the duplicate value. I am trying to insert duplicate value now. Okay, so 2 record already there. I am giving 2 student ID to another student. So now does it accept this record? No. It gives unique constraint violated error. Error message is unique constraint violated. Observe here. Observe carefully here. Observe carefully. I am telling important point here. So error code is what? Please confirm. What is error code? -1. -1 is what? Error code. Okay, -1 is error code. Okay, error message is what? Unique constraint violated. This unique constraint violated is what? Error message. So to handle this, is there any exception name? What is that one? Name is there. To handle this exception name is there. What is that one? Do val on index. Name is there for this exception or not? Yes. Some exceptions are having names. Some exceptions are not having names. So here, if we try to insert the duplicate value, it is raising the error. For this, -1 is the error code. Unique constraint violated is the error message. And what is the error name? Error name is do well on index. So is it named exception or unnamed exception? Named exception. It has name. To handle this, name is there. So again, we have no need to define the name. We can handle by using this name. For example, I am trying to insert another record here. Number I am giving as 5. Name I am giving as AA. So 456 I am giving. Is it accept this record? Is it accept this record? No. Okay, because we applied check constraint. Okay, so check constraint will be violated now. Okay, now observe carefully here. What is the error code here? Please confirm. Please confirm what is the error code. Minus 2290. This is what error code. Okay, what is the error message here? Check constraint violated. So this check constraint violated is the error message. Okay, this is error message here. What is the error name? No name is there. No name is there for it. To handle this, name is not there. If you write a program to insert the record into student table, if you give any invalid data like this, it raises the error. But it cannot be handled because it has no name. So if you are trying to insert duplicate value, to handle that, name is there. Do well on index. But for check constraint violation, no name is there. So if name is not there, how can you handle it? To handle that, name is required. To define the name for this unnamed exception, we have to use one concept. What is that one? Pragma exception init. So using this pragma exception init, what we do is we write like this. Pragma exception init. Pragma exception init. Okay. So we are giving the name here. What is the name we are giving? Check violate name we are giving. We are giving our own name. Check violate name we are giving. For which error? Minus 2290. For minus 2290 error code, what is the name we are defining now? Check violate. Pragma means what? Before going to compile, execute this line. Before going to compile, exception init function will be called. That gives name for this error code. For minus 2290 error code, it gives name as check violate. For check constraint violation, what is the name now? Check violate. So like this, for this exception, name is not there, we are defining the name. This is a way. Or, for example, okay, here we are trying to insert duplicate value here. It is raising the error. We want to handle this one. So to handle this, error code is -1. Error message is what? Unique constraint violated. Error name is what? Do well on index. So using this name, we can handle it. For example, I am unaware of this name. I don't know the do well on index name. Okay. So Oracle developers defined exception name. Okay. Do well on index is available, but I am unaware of this. I don't know do well on index. So in this situation also, use pragma exception in it. I am using pragma exception in it now because I don't know do well on index is there or not. I don't know. So pragma exception in it. Okay. I am defining my own exception name. Do well, not allow. Do well, not allow. Exception we are raising. So do well, not allow exception name we are giving for which exception code? -1. So when we are unaware of exception names at the time also, you can give name for the named exceptions also. Okay, but error code is important here. Without code, you cannot give the name. Code is important here. So to use this pragma exception in it, the syntax is, so to use the pragma exception in it, okay, so declare the exception like this. Okay. So to use the pragma exception syntax of pragma exception in it, syntax of pragma exception in it. So syntax is, we write like this, pragma exception in it. So here we declared one name here, declare the exception. So for this is the exception name we want to define. For which error? For check violate error. For check violate error code is what? Minus 2290. This one we have to check in the Oracle. So check violate error code is minus 2290. So minus 2290 is the error code. So to handle, once again I'm repeating, listen. Pragma exception init. Here pragma means command. Pragma means command. So with this pragma, compiler understands that before going to compile, that has to run this line. So exception init procedure function will be called. What it will do? It defines a name for the unnamed exception. There are two types of exceptions: named exceptions, unnamed exceptions. So if you are trying to insert duplicate value, in the primary key column, to handle that one name is there, do val on index. For example, if shift constraint is violated, for that no name is there. That is unnamed exception. Okay. In the same way, if you are trying to insert the null value, here in the primary key, to handle this, no name is there. Error code is there. Error code is minus 1400. You cannot insert null. Is a message. But what is the exception name? No name is there. Okay. So minus 1400 is the error code for cannot insert null. For check constraint violation, what is the error code? Minus 2290. Okay. So by using this code, for this code is check constraint violation. This code is cannot insert null. So error code is there, okay. Message is there, okay. But name is not there. But name is required to handle the exception in the exception block. So to handle the exception, name is required in exception block. So without name, we cannot handle. So to give the name for unnamed exceptions, we use this pragma exception init. So to use this, declare one exception name here. For this exception name, okay, so this exception name we want to give for this error code. For minus 2290, we are giving exception name as check violate by using which function? Exception init function. Pragma means before going to compile, first it gives name. So without giving name, how can you execute the program? So first it has to execute. That's why we are using pragma. So I'm writing this program here. So this is a program. Table is already created. Define a program to insert record into. Write a program to insert record into student table. Okay. So if check constraint is violated, it raises the error. Handle it. Okay. Handle it. That's it. This is the question. But for check constraint violation, name is not there. First, we have to define the name for that. So pragma exception we have to use. So declare, begin, end. Okay. So first read student ID. To read student ID, we underscore SID colon equals to ampersand SID. Next read SName. Read SName, we underscore SName. Colon equals to ampersand SName. Next read marks of subject 1. V underscore M1 colon equals to ampersand M1. These values we want to insert. So declare these three variables here. So declare the variables here. V underscore SID. Which type? Student table. SID type. Okay. SName which type? Student dot SName type. Okay. Next M1 which type? Student dot M1 percentage type. Or you, instead of taking these many, you can use row type also. Row type also you can use. Okay, so I'm taking like this. So we want to insert the record now. Observe here, insert into table name. Okay, what is the table name? Student. Values. I'm giving values. Here we are reading the values. So v underscore SID value we want to insert. Comma. V underscore S name we want to insert. Okay. V underscore S name we want to insert. Comma. V underscore M1 we want to insert. So we are inserting the records here. Okay. So finally we want to display message as committed. We want to display message as record inserted. DBMS underscore output dot put underscore line. Record inserted. Record inserted. So now observe carefully. I'm running this program. So no exception handling concept we are using now. Just directly we are running this program. Which errors it is raising, just observe. Okay, observe carefully here. SID. SID I'm giving 1001. Observe carefully. SID I'm giving 1001. S name I'm giving AA. Marks I'm giving 70. Does it accept this record? Yes, accepts the record. Okay. Oh, just a minute. V underscore M1 we didn't declare. M2 we declare. Sorry. M1 we have to declare. I declared as M2. Sorry. So copy. Okay. So it is asking student ID. Student ID I'm giving 1001. Student name I'm giving AA. Marks I'm giving as 80. Is it accepting the record? Yes. So their student ID is the primary key. Primary key does not accept duplicate record. 1001 again I am giving. 1001 again I am giving for BB student. Okay. I am giving marks as 50. Now does it accept this record? No. Okay. Unique constraint exception will be raised. Okay. So what is the error code here? -1 is the error code. What is the error message here? Unique constraint violated. To handle this, is there any name? What is the name? Do valon index. Okay. One more time we are running the program. SID value I am giving 1005. Name I am giving EE. I am giving marks as 678. Okay. Now which error it is giving? Check constraint violated. What is the error code? -2290. What is the error message? Check constraint violated. What is the error name? No name is there. Name is not there. So we want to handle this one. So to handle this, we have to give one name. So that name we are defining here. Okay. By using which one? Pragma exception in it. So with Pragma keyword, compiler understand that has to execute this line first. So Pragma exception in it. Okay. First declare the exception here. Declare the exception. Exception name we are giving as check violate. Check violate. This is the exception name we are declaring. We are defining our own name for check constraint violation. Okay. For check violate. Check violate is what? Exception name. We are defining this name. This is not predefined. This is user defined. So check violate name we are giving for which error code? -2290. -2290. For -2290 error, we are giving error name as check violate. So now name is there for this error. Can we handle this? Yes, because it has name. So because of it is having name, we can handle it. So right here, exception when, okay, check violate. When check violate, then DBMS underscore output dot put underscore line. Okay, marks must be between 0 to 100 only. Marks must be between 0 to 100 only. So this is, okay, for unnamed exception, for check constraint violation, unnamed exception, we defined our own name by using Pragma exception in it. Okay, and dupe valon index is already there. The dupe valon index also we are using. Dupe valon index. Then, okay, DBMS underscore output dot put underscore line. Put underscore line. Okay, cannot insert duplicates. Cannot insert duplicate value. Okay. So I'm copying this. Observe here. So now exceptions we are handling now. Already 1001 record is there. 1001 again I am giving. 1001 again I am giving. So is it accepting the record? No. It is telling that cannot insert dupal. We are trying to insert duplicate value. It is handled by using dupal on index. Dupal on index is the system defined exception name. Okay. Once again I'm running. Okay. 1009 I am giving. 1009 student name AB I am giving. Okay. Marks value 789 I am giving. So check constraint will be violated now. So check constraint will be violated. So to handle this check constraint violation, we defined our own name. Okay. So check violate we declared here using pragma exception in it. We have given check violate name for the error code minus 2290. Okay. So that exception will be raised here. So check constraint violated. So minus 2290 error will be raised. For that name is there check violate. So check violate handled here. So it will display must be between 0 to 100. Okay. Observe here. We are handling here. So check violate name is not there. For minus 2290 error code is there. Name is not there. We are defining name and using that name we are handling. Is it clear? This is about exception handling. Exception handling topic is over. So what is exception? Exception means runtime error. This is a problem. Exception means runtime error. So runtime error occurred means abnormal termination will occur. So exception handling means handling the way of handling runtime errors. The way of handling runtime errors. The way of handling runtime errors. Okay. So in this, for handling exception, which block we have to use? Exception block. So exception block we have to use. Using exception block we can handle it. In the exception block what we write? When exception name, then. This is the key point here. When exception name, then handling code we write. Okay. So we can define our own exceptions. Okay. Those are user defined exceptions. For user defined exceptions to raise the error, we can use raise keyword or we can use raise application error procedure. Raise is the keyword, raise application error is the procedure. Okay, raise means we can handle that one. Raise application error means it displays like Oracle error, we cannot handle it. Just we raise as the error. Okay, and pragma exception in it. Pragma exception in it, so for some exceptions, name is not there. For some exceptions, name is not there. So to define name for unnamed exceptions, we use it. That's it. This is an overview on exception handling. Just like for check violate, no name is there. To define that, we used it. Error code is there, message is there, but name is not there. To define the name, we use it. Exception handling chapter is over. On Monday, we start the new chapter, stored procedures. Okay. So maximum within 2 weeks, I close your session. 2 weeks. Maximum 12 classes are required. Maximum 12 classes, 10 to 12 classes. Within 10 to 12 classes, I try to finish your course. Okay. Thank you everyone. See you on Monday.